Hey there everybody, Rye here, and welcome to the intermission between Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. Says I will not be able to travel the world or use the camp feature, finish my business with my party members. You will have one more chance to purchase items in Chapter 4, but you will not be able to travel to the shops you've seen thus far. Let the Amazons regain their strength. In the meantime, I will complete what is left to be done. Yes, Your Grace, I will be here awaiting your orders. To advance to Chapter 4, speak with Brazen in the Citadel's castle. Pretty surreal, isn't it, guys? We're finally near the end. Let's go back to the map. We're going to visit every area possible. But first, let's go to camp. Saren was awakened by a sound in his tent. He gasped and sat up. Who's there? The dark figure near the entrance came closer, creeping around Saren's bed furs. Mesfit? He silenced Saren with a hand over his mouth. Whoa. Suddenly, his heart was beating out of control. The rebel stared right into him until he was confident that Saren would not shout. He removed his hand and spoke quietly. I'm leaving. What? Come with me. Saren blinked rapidly. No. Mesfit, no, you can't. We can do it. I have the power. Listen to yourself. I am. We both deserve freedom. Break the claims of your slavery. You chose life, now choose this. Mesfit grabbed Saren's arm and slid his hand down to his wrist in a tugging motion. Take it. Take freedom. Run with me. The dark elf's passion caused a vision of a prospective life with him to flash in Saren's mind. Nothing he could conceive ended well. The world was still in peril, and there was no land far enough that they could reach without it ultimately consuming them. If Saren didn't stand against the evil here and now, he feared he never would be able to again. No. Saren tossed Mesfit's hand from him. I will not abandon Loren now. You know what needs to be done in Everburn. We have a duty to Erevorn to complete it, but you're running away? Mesfit swallowed and hardened his features at the accusation. All this time I thought you knew what had to be done. I thought you realized the importance of what we were doing. I thought you were above this. Saren felt a great pain in his chest from what he was saying. He gritted his words through his teeth. I was wrong. So go. Run like you always do. No one will care this time. Mesfit's chest rose and fused several times as he stared at Saren for a while. Then he bolted for the opening in the tent. Saren caught his arm and pulled him backwards. The dark elf fell back against him, but thrashed to attempt to escape again. He pushed Saren from him, but Saren slammed all of his body weight against Mesfit, knocking him down. Mesfit rolled over and glared at him. You said... You forget what I said. We need you here. Your people need you here. They each were breathing deeply, but for different reasons. The call was getting stronger. Each day we get closer to those mountains, the call takes my sight and my hearing. I am not myself. I am one of them. Saren's grip on Mesfit loosened. His demon blood was getting stronger as they grew closer to their goal. Free me. Saren almost did. He took such pity on him that he wanted to let the dark elf go, but then he discarded the thought. You can break the demon thrall. I've seen you do it so many times. If there's a chance I can bring you out of it, then I can't let you go. The look of anger on Mesfit's face is drained. His face was devoid of any expression. They gazed at each other, stuck in a moment neither of them quite understood. Saren spoke what came first to his mind. Don't go. Mesfit's eyes flickered, but he didn't surrender. I will. Don't let me succeed. Mesfit only gave him a second's warning before he shoved him off and disappeared from the tent. Saren ran after him and chased after him as he fled from camp. The Dark Elf was not as quick as he usually was, as if he was trying to slow himself on purpose, as if he was conflicted within himself. Saren caught up with him and tried to subdue him, but his demon strength emerged. He managed to make some progress in returning Mesfit to camp, but then he'd break free again. They repeated this battle to a point of exhaustion. Saren crawled on top of the demon Mesfit and pressed him firmly into the ground until his fight left him. They huffed against each other until they blacked out. They woke the next morning, realizing they had fallen asleep in the meadow. Camp was on the horizon. Saren succeeded. Mesfit was his regular self when he looked up at him, still on top of him. You can't do that every night. Though every muscle in Saren's body ached, he knew he would be capturing him every night if that's what it took. Then please don't make me. It would become routine from then on. Mesfit had become too skilled at breaking any bonds, even others' knots, that Saren was forced to guard Mesfit where he slept every night. Some nights Mesfit would not run and they would both be able to sleep. On other nights, Saren would wake to Mesfit's escape attempt. Saren would spend every drop of energy he had to catch and return Mesfit, but it kept Mesfit there, and Saren could tell that Mesfit was grateful, even though he hid it well. No one seemed to know the escape attempts, or if they did, they spoke nothing of them. It was a secret and a burden, but Saren was going to share Mesfit's pain until neither could stand it any longer. The reason why was both as mystery and as clear as day. Yay! 5 hearts! We have full romantic hardship with Mesfit. I swear to God, if there was like a love scene, like, you know, like one of those like legit love scenes. Oh God. Like in like all these other visual novels. Like, I've heard they can be pretty damn explicit. If there is something like that in here, that is going to be awkward to talk through. But, as a commentator, as the storyteller, I'm obliged to do it. So, I'm sorry, my eyes went cross there for a second. No, but seriously, I find Saren and Mesfit absolutely adorable together. Oh shit, I just realized I lost my place in terms of when I was recording. Balls. I told you before I had sinned and that I was repenting, right? Yes? I am willing to share to you what that was now. Saren leaned in on a bended ear. I was once a common bandit. I was young and fell into the wrong crowd just to get food for my family, but that was not my greatest sin. My thieving lifestyle hurt my family more than it helped in the end. My sister was a very intelligent woman, and she was granted access to a wizard's academy in Horus, but the tuition was steep. I pocketed extra money on my jobs, but the gang found out. I begged for my life in every way I could think, which I'm sure included many lies, but I informed them of my family's move to a new city as a reason to live. They spared me, but my sister's caravan never reached Horus. And so that is why I decided to pursue a life of honesty. And it's why you still don't feel atoned. Your sins were too personal. It will not be a bad thing if I never feel at peace, because I do not deserve to. I'm sure your sister has long forgiven you, but I have yet to forgive myself. That's a little important, too. Saren placed a hand on Salzer's shoulder. It's okay to find peace. Damn. Shambara, what do you think you'll do once this is all over? Anything I wanted to. Why, in a free world, I could set up shop in Everburn itself. Or perhaps start a bakery in Horus. Maybe I could be a slave in the Citadel next to you. So this is a joke to you? Of course that's a joke. What have I been wanting to do since you snatched me from the swamps? I wanted to go back to my hut. Shambara shifted and looked Saren dead in the eye. Why do you want to know? Well, it's too late to romance, so... I will probably romance her in a second playthrough, though, just because, god damn, is she awesome. Don't you think that after all the time we spent together, I may care about what happens to you next? Shambara shrugs and dismisses him. Save your worry. I know how to take care of myself. Always have, always will. It doesn't matter anyway. You'll still be Loren's toy and she'll shelve you right back into the Citadel. Our futures don't overlap. Shambara walks away after that, leaving Saren to hopelessly find a response to that, but can't find one. Damn. She told me off. Ray has nothing to say. Mirf has nothing to say. Karen has nothing to say. Ramas has nothing to say. And Mikiki has nothing to say. Oh my god, does anybody have anything to say? Ah. Saren saw Dora sulking on a log by the fire. She was frowning deeply, so he walked up to her. What's the matter? Dora snapped up straight and covered up something in her lap. Nothing? That wasn't very convincing. Okay, promise not to tell anyone, okay? Dora uncovered her lap and revealed Rames's family gemstone. Saren crossed his arms at how predictable she was. Don't be shocked, but this isn't mine. Yes? Ramas dropped it. Are you sure? He left it lying around. Dora. Okay, I stole it. She hunched over, realizing how loud she shouted that. Fair and square. And I see, and why do you look so sad? Feeling guilty? Is that what it's called? Guilt? Weird. So you feel bad from stealing this from Ramas? I do. She looked up at Saren with watering eyes, unlike he had ever seen her. I just can't help it. It was there and it was shiny and I just took it, even though I didn't want to. Not from him. You feel particularly bad from stealing from Ramas? Yeah, I don't want to steal from him. I really like this. I can't stop looking at it, but I feel so wrong. What should I do? This... You know that saying, like, you get 3 wishes, genie in a bottle, you know, you rub the lamp, it gives you 3 wishes. Once you get your 3rd wish, you can't wish anymore. And you can't ask for 1,000 more wishes. Well, I've loaded up save files twice now. This might be the time I have to load it up a 3rd time, and I'll try to make it my only time. I have a feeling if she confronts Ramas, Ramas will come out with her feelings. But if she keeps it, she'll never know, right? If you want to clear your conscience, you have to go up to Ramas and apologize. That's insane! I've never done that, ever! There's a first time for everything. You feel bad for taking it, don't you? I'm sure Ramas will be touched that you cared so much to return it. You think? I know. Well, I guess I should face him, because this feeling is just awful and needs to go away soon. Dora hopped up, nodded to herself, and made her way over to Ramas. Saren smiled, hoping that Ramas would finally get the courage to say what was in his heart. Oh boy. Saren watched Dora confront Ramas from afar. She was very reserved at first, shuffling her feet and hanging her head. Ramas, however, was blushing up a storm. She held out the gem and he blushed more. Ramas looked as if he stammered with his words for a while until he finally shouted loud enough for even Saren to hear. You're a really fine lady, and I think you're the best thing that could ever happen to me. Dora was stunned, staring back at him. She looked away bashfully and smiled, and then she giggled. She poked at his chest and Ramas gulped. Eventually he smiled and looked unable to contain himself. Saren took the opportunity to walk to them. I assume everything went well? But, buddy, Dora, she's... Dora giggled and hid her face with a gem in her hands. Ramas planned this all along. He wanted me to find us because he's a super big softie. So cute. Cute? She thinks I'm cute. Duh, I always thought you were a cutie dwarf. I think you're the prettiest. Dora giggled again. Saren was sure they would make each other very happy. Thank you, man. Thank you for helping me finally come out and say it. I would have been such a fool to never say how I really felt about her. It would have been worse to have never known than to keep the blasted thing a secret. Did you want this back? No, it's yours. Please, keep the thing. I got it for you. Is this your family crest? Ramas stuck out his chest with pride. Yep. Wow, there's so many merits on it. You must be like royalty over there. Ha! They wish. They'll never rope me into that political hooey. It's just me, my axe, and my girl. Dora squeaked and threw her arms around Ramas and rubbed her nose against his. Saren backed off, knowing to give him their privacy. Yes! Yes! Dora and Ramas OTP! Dora and Ramas OTP! I'm sorry, I'm doing a little jig right now in my chair because I'm so happy. Somehow, like, props to the game creator, no, props to the writers as well. I mean, they made me care enough about these characters to really focus the living hell out of making sure they get together. And they got together! Yes! By the way, creator, if you're watching this, I will be very disappointed if there is not a dwarf romance for me in, like, a future game. So, consider it? Happy face. Let's make sure nobody has anything else to say. Oop. But seriously, serious props. Making me care about these characters, making me interested in them, that's what a game is all about. That is what brings a person in and makes them play and keep playing, you know, and not feel like they want to stop. I don't feel like I want to stop. That's the makings of a great, great product right here. So, alright, I think we are going to equip our characters and then move on to chapter 4 in the next part. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, I encourage you to leave a like and comment, as it helps and benefits the growth of the channel and tells me you guys are enjoying this playthrough. I'm Rye. Happy gaming, everybody. See you soon.